Hello students, welcome back to the second video of conditional sentences. Listen, conditional sentences do not necessarily include if. One can also write unless, suppose, supposing, provided, otherwise, but for, as long as, so long as, should, had, were, and many more words. But in today's video, I will specifically talk about the 5 words which can replace if. So let's discuss it one by one. The first word is unless. Unless means if not. That is what given in the title too. If plus negative is equal to unless plus affirmative means after writing unless we don't use not or we don't use any negative words. That you need to remember. Now just look at the examples. If he doesn't take medicine, he won't get well. Here, if plus does not means negative term is there. So, if plus not is equal to unless. You have to keep in mind that in the answer, when we are replacing the word if by unless, we don't use negative. So, here the answer is unless he takes medicine, he won't get well. Now, one more thing you need to remember here that why did I write here takes, because it is written in simple present tense, and as I've already taught you all in the chapter tenses that in simple present tense for affirmative sentence, affirmative means positive sentence, we generally use subject, verb, and which form of verb, either base form or the present tense form of the verb. So here he is third person singular number, and that is why we have used present tense form of the verb, takes, s or es form of the verb. Suppose if instead of he it had been I, so we would have written if he take. Okay, so the answer is he unless he takes medicine he won't get well. Now second sentence, if the mother doesn't come we will not go to the cinema. Here if and then doesn't, again if plus not is there, so we'll write unless affirmative sentence, not negative. So the answer is unless the mother comes we will not go to the cinema. Now, some important points you need to remember when you are replacing if using unless, that is, you remember you don't use unless for impossible conditions, means we never use unless for such conditions which are not possible, specifically the second type which I have taught you. We don't use unless and if together. Now this is quite understood that unless and if cannot be used together. You either use if or you use unless. Now we don't use will or would in if clause. If clause we generally use present tense if we are talking about the type 1. So we don't use in if clause, we don't use will or would. You can use it in main clause. Now use of comma. Now this is very important, and because of this particular punctuation mistake, the use of comma, many of the students lose their marks in examination. So that we'll talk about when you are dealing particularly with unless. So suppose if the unless is at the beginning of the sentence, unless you invite them, they will not come. Okay, so if unless is at the beginning, right, so no problem, you can write comma. But suppose if the unless is in the middle of the sentence, then no comma is required. Now the last point is unless also means except if. Except if, as I've already told you, that unless means if not. So it also means except if. Now the second word which can replace if, that is suppose. Suppose or supposing means what if. Now this is very simple to understand. Here there are no many rules, right? So you need to remember that if can simply be replaced by suppose or supposing. You can look at the example and you can understand it very easily. If there is an earthquake, what shall we do? Now, just instead of if, you have to write suppose or supposing. Now, that is written here in bracket. That is understood. That can be understood. You need not write on your in your answers. Suppose there is an earthquake. What shall we do? Or you can also write supposing there is an earthquake. What shall we do? So I hope this is clear to you. It's very simple to understand. You simply have to replace if with using suppose. Now the next word, that is provided. You remember provided is used generally with permission. Okay, and we can use provided by replacing if. If you finish your homework, you can play. Now you can see in the answer we have just replaced if, and instead of if it's written provided. Now provided you finish your homework, you can play. Now the second example, if he comes here, we'll go together. Now instead of if, what we have written provided, and the same, the other things are almost same. So provided he comes here, we will go together. Now the next word, which is otherwise. Otherwise means if it doesn't, if it didn't, if it hadn't. Okay. Now you see, I have given here three examples, and each example is of one type. Means first example is type 1, second example is type 2, and the third example is type 3. Now, in the first example, if you do not study, you won't succeed in life. Here you see, if you do not study, here it is in present tense, do not study, present tense, no? And that also simple present tense. So, it is in type 1. If you do not study, you won't succeed in life. Now, how can we change this sentence? How can we replace if by using otherwise? Let's see. Study hard. Okay, so the if clause in which it's written if you do not study, okay, we have written only study hard, and after that there is a semicolon, and then it's written otherwise you won't succeed in life. Now the same way the same way we have used in the second sentence too. If you do not study hard, you won't succeed in life. Now in here in if clause, you see it's given if you did not. Now did not means past tense, and here we are talking about simple past tense. So if you did not study hard, you won't succeed in life. This is type 2. So it's written if you studied hard, otherwise you would not succeed in life. Now we are talking about that you studied hard in the past, otherwise you would not succeed in life. Now the last one, which is in type 3, and that is why here it's given past perfect tense. If you had not studied hard, here it's past perfect. Okay, had not studied hard means past perfect. You would not have succeeded in life. So the answer is you had studied hard, otherwise you would not have succeeded in life. So here we are talking about that in the past you had studied hard, otherwise today you would not have succeeded in life. You would have failed in life. Now the last word, but it is very important, often asked in the examination, and students are very confused how to use but for in the sentence. And that is why I have written this particular part towards the end of the slides. Now, see, first of all, you understand the meaning. What is the meaning of but for? The very important and the basic thing that you need to understand that generally after but for we use noun. Okay, that you always remember. You write it somewhere for the exam's purpose. That generally after but for we use noun. And but for means, but what is the meaning of but for actually? So it means if it were not for, if it hadn't been for. Or you can in simply you can understand in Hindi, if I tell you agar nahi hota to. Now as I've already told you that after but for we use noun. So suppose it's written but for rain. So the meaning is agar rain nahi hota to means agar barish nahi hoti to. Suppose if I've written but for plus noun means here, suppose noun is accident. Okay, noun is accident. So what is the meaning? But for accident means agar accident nahi hota to. Now suppose the noun here is severe cold. Okay, so the meaning is but for severe cold. So the meaning is agar means severe cold नहीं होता तो means अगर बहुत ज़्यादा ठंड नहीं होती तो. Suppose the noun is pandemic. Okay, now we are suffering through coronavirus pandemic, no? So suppose if you are writing but for pandemic, so it means अगर coronavirus pandemic नहीं होता तो. So you remember here but for means अगर नहीं होता तो, and noun means क्या नहीं होता means बारिश नहीं होती, accident नहीं होता, severe cold नहीं होता, pandemic नहीं होता. So that you need to remember. Now I'm helping you with the help means with the examples. Now first example, if there was no air we would have died. Now you have to replace if there was. Okay, now what we have written, but for air. Here but for air means if there hadn't been any air we would have died. So here but for means if there hadn't been any air. Now the second example, if it were not for the rain we would go to Raji. Here the answer is but for the rain we would go to Raji means if there hadn't been any rain we would go to Raji. So here but for means if there hadn't been any rain, but instead of writing if it hadn't been any rain we have written but for. It's simple to write but for, and it generally shorten the phrase, or you can say the term. Now the last example is if it hadn't been for the traffic jam we would have arrived on time. So we have written but for the traffic jam we would have arrived on the time. Here but for the traffic jam means if there hadn't been any traffic jam we would have arrived on time. So, students, I hope you understood the use of these five particular words which we have discussed in today's video. If you have any doubts, whatever we have discussed in this video, you can write your queries, your questions in the comment section. I hope you like this video, and I expect you to share this video among your friends so that nobody will be left out to understand the conditional sentences. I'll meet you in the next video with adverbs. Till then, take care. See you. Bye bye.